First thing, gain staging, gain structure, gain staging. As you can see from the WAV file, this thing is just completely normalized to death. And the way that I like to do things, I like to use VU meters. In fact, I have a pair of VU meters right here on my desk. I use the left pair calibrated to minus 16 dB full scale, and the right one is calibrated to minus 10 dB full scale. The left pair I use for mixing, the right pair I use for mastering. Just for you guys, I'm going to show you how to do this in the box, all right? So let's go ahead and route all this. So we have the click track, let's move that to the side. Let's route the music track, which is here, and all the tracks. Select them all, shift select them all, shift option, click output, and choose new track. Here I'm going to create a stereo aux input, and I'm going to call it mix. I'm going to give this little symbol, and I know that it's a mix track. That's on solo safe, and now when I hit play, I'm going to hear something. Yep, I did. Cool. Next step is going to be to route this mix track to a limiter and route that limiter to our print track, all right? So I'm going to create a stereo master track limiter. I like to keep my limiter separate from my mix bus. Route that master track to nothing. From the mix output, route that to a new track, stereo print. And this print track I'm going to use to basically route my entire mix and print different versions. As I go through mix version 1, mix version 2, mix version 3, I can compare with the original demo song, which we will in a minute. This print track is going to be solo safe. It's going to be input monitoring. It's going to go to our main output, all right? Now this master track that we created a while ago is not doing anything, but what we're going to do is we're going to route that to the same print track. So what that means is that this works as a trim volume to that print track. Well, check it out. This is down all the way, there's no signal going to it, but as I turn it up, signal's going to it. You see that? And what's cool about that is that later on I can put a limiter on that and make my entire mix louder when I'm printing, but keep my mix bus pristine with the gain staging that I want. Cool, next up is going to be insert A. I'm going to put a VU meter. And like I said, for this part of my mixing template, I usually route this to my physical VU meter. That way when I'm mixing, all I'm doing is just glancing down my eyes on these VU meters as I'm mixing. If I'm adding bass, I'm adding compression, I'm adding mix bus compression, I'm adding EQ, it's making the mix louder. I want to see if I'm hitting the mix bus too loud. All right, so this plugin is going to be calibrated to 16. We're going to leave it there. Limiter, we're going to use the L2. Later on, we'll switch that out, and that's boosting 6 dB. All right, so now we got to figure out, okay, what should be the volume for the entire mix, right? We have the music track here, and then we have all the vocal tracks. So we'll turn everything down, hit play, and then adjust our music level until this VU meter is reaching around 0. Okay, and that's it. And as you can see from the mixer, I have to turn this volume down to minus 13 dB because this track is just normalized to death. So I can do two things. I can leave my fader on that track to minus 13 and have proper gain staging, or I can push this to unity, which is 0, and then I can clip gain this to minus 13. And I'm going to do that instead. I'm going to clip gain the waveform to minus 13. Now when I hit play, this fader's at 0, and I'm reaching my VU meter where I need it to be. And that's the way I like to work.